Workout started. GPS on.
So it's 9:21 and I'm just about to start my run around the Cedar Hill Golf Course. But before I do that, firstly I have to apologize for the beginning of my last show. I had the voice recorder in my pocket. I think my hands were kind of busy with starting my app. I have to remember to take the recorder out of my pocket and then switch it on, and not the other way around, which is what I did. I was talking to Norma about stashing the door key, and I threw the recorder in my pocket while I locked the door and as we left. But all in all, for a 22-minute show, I think there might have been about 22 seconds of nonsense. The rest I quite enjoyed. I listened to it while I was running. Funnily enough, I was almost stride for stride in the same area that I recorded it on Sunday. Today I am recording a day early. Yep, today is Tuesday. This is the day that they collect the recycling in this neighborhood. Hello. Hi. Bit of an uphill here. Okay. So 9:21 I started the recording. At 9:26 I think I'm going to get an audio reminder of my heart rate and my distance. I think that's what I had it set for today. It's nice to see Jim using his Spreaker account. I listened to his heart rate training episode from Sunday. I'm just about at the top of Wend and Shorncliffe, having locked up my bike at Fairways. Talking of bikes, I had to replace a leaky inner tube yesterday. I should have gone to run with Graham, but I noticed the other day that my inner tube was kind of low. The pressure in my front tire was low. And sure enough, the other day, when I went to use my bike, the tire was flat. So, because running with Graham involves cycling 6 kilometers each way, I had to postpone that session. We're going to be running on Friday. Today I have the bike parked and locked at Fairways, where I will be buying provisions. Thankful for the opportunity to buy more stuff, because my bike is equipped with 2 very large panniers. Gary! Just saw Gary Duncan heading off to UVic. He is one of their IT guys. He also is a very good master runner. Unfortunately, he is in the same age group as me and Brad. So we will never beat Gary. I've known him for 20 years. Well, I missed most of that announcement, other than the workout average pace being 704 I should say. My heart rate would probably be more like 134. All the trees around here are beginning to flower. All the fruit trees. The plum, cherry, apple, and pear trees. It is a confusing array of pale white tiny blooms. I don't have my gloves on today, so it will give me quicker access to my camera, which I do have, and which I fully intend to use after the next announcement. I think I have it set on kilometers. It's a little confusing because I can use the same app for cycling or walking, and the audio settings aren't carried over from one discipline to another. I can see the King's Pond ducks from here. pretty soon I will be walking through them as I rummage for my camera. Let me just get onto the chip. Okay. Change hands with the voice recorder. Unzip the Oyster protective case. I had quite an interesting discussion with my friends about the merits of types of point and shoot cameras. This is the standard one of the ducks from a distance. This is a little branch of King's Pond off to the other side of the trail. I'm going to record a little bit of video here. As I walk through this field of very well-fed ducks. There's an even distribution of males and females, and this looks like a young female. Yep, and there's a slightly different one. You've noticed its head feathers? Yep. Alright. Give me a second to put my camera away, and then I'll be running again. I might meet some of my Cedar Hill friends here today. My octogenarian guy, and maybe the mayor of Cedar Hill. He's always doing his daily devotion here. Pretty soon I'm going to get to a traditional hike section. Hi. I'm no longer wearing a watch. The strap finally gave out on me, on my Timex Ironman. So now if I want to know the time, I have to dig for my phone. Like most millennials, they don't wear watches anymore. They always have a phone handy. Hello. So I'm going to run up to the next white pole, and then I'll start hiking up the hill. So we'll probably hear the next announcement loud and clear. I hope so. I hope the app didn't crap out, which it sometimes does. I definitely heard the 1 kilometer. So we'll see where the next one occurs. I think it's on the 2. I'm not sure if that's how I have it set, but I will be able to hear it now that I'm away from the noise of the traffic.
Distance 2. Average heart rate 99. Workout average pace 7:36.
There you go. I think I wanted to do this one in 7:30 pace. And I believe it is about 7 kilometers, maybe 6.5, 7 sixes, whatever. I won't try and do the quantum math. Hello. That both Marie and I seem to have some trouble with dates and years. It's almost at the stage now when I have to ask Google how old I am. I know I was born in 51. So 2001, I would have been 49. Because August 51, I was 0. I wasn't 1. Anyway, that is always confusing to me. Plus, the fall forward, spring back kind of business with the clocks. I remember one year I managed to get it 2 hours out. Basically, I wake with the sun and I head to bed when it gets dark. Much like our Stone Age ancestors. Hello. These half-remembered faces. I think that would make a very good title for this episode. Half-remembered faces. People that you see maybe 6 or 7 times every couple of years. That kind of frequency. 2 or 3 times a year. Places might change, but if they're running, the chances are you saw them somewhere else with a different strip on, clothing-wise. I'm telling you, strip is what the English call sports equipment. If you have the right strip, whether you're playing home or away. There are lots of words that might not have a translation into North American English, and some of the American expressions aren't translatable back to the mother tongue. It's kind of curious that about a month and a half ago I started with the robot voice over applications for the Your 5 Minutes show, and tragically last week Stephen Hawking died, and he was a pioneer of the robot voice. In fact, I believe that one of the voices I use is called Stephen. maybe we will get some. Hello. Robot submissions, and this week for the pet peeves. I think you're probably all well aware of my latest peeve par excellence, that bloody red car. Norma and I are carrying out a two-man campaign against him. I think we're going to send a letter to the editor of the local paper along with a photograph. As a follow-up, because this original interest was sparked by an article in the local paper, and you know how they love doing follow-up articles. But anyway, I'll leave that to Mrs. J if she wants to pursue the awakening of this man's sensibilities. I'm pretty sure that very soon, that Saanich is going to want to mow that section of grass, and they will notice the marks in the lawn. They consider that section, of grass.
3. Average heart rate, 100. Workout average pace, 7:20.
They consider that section of grass to be one of their landscaped boulevards, that's what they call them, meaning that they do periodically mow. Hi.
Yeah.
And they will need him to move his car to mow, so I'm hoping that he gets a ticket. Unfortunately, first offenders get a $25 ticket, going up to a maximum of $500 for repeat offenses. Just going to run past this guy. Hello. With his hiking poles. It's another bed of beautiful spring flowers here. Hello. These flowers every year are beautiful. I have to stop and take a picture.
Yeah, they used to be all, we used to have lots of them, and
Yeah.
somebody pulled them all out, but they're actually...
Well, they're well maintained.
They're called alyssum, I think.
Yeah, they're pretty well maintained as well. It's not like they're unsightly, they're beautiful.
Yeah, and they just do them, their own thing.
Yep. Have a great walk. There's the guy with the poles. But I'll pass him again. Hi.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Go in.
Yep. He might not be terribly mobile, but he's certainly on the ball mentally. Some guy trying a tricky shot from the rough behind a green. He obviously hit it just a little too hard on the previous shot. Alright, so this is the noisy section. I will speak less, if at all, for a minute. I'm going to have to listen to the middle section of this show because I have already forgotten the exact title. I think it was something like Forgotten Faces or Half Forgotten Faces. Anyway, I will look back. I will listen back, I should say, and pick the whatever name I mentioned and use it. I do tend to listen to most of the show if I'm editing. Hello, jogger coming through. Thank you. Sometimes I need to find a specific spot in the recording, like where I mention the title, or like where I say insert music here, that kind of thing. So it would be very easy for me just to upload the raw data, but I have the time and the inclination to do a slightly better job of it. I have been doing it quite a few years now. Not as long as Christer Williamson. He is just entering his 11th season of recording. I don't think he missed a whole year, but I think that Norman has pretty much missed an entire year of podcasting his own show. I know he has been kind enough to donate to my 5 minutes on occasion, of which I'm thankful. I always find his submissions very calming. Norma is seriously thinking of booking a flight to Fort Lauderdale. This could happen in May. We will see. I will keep you posted, and obviously I will keep him posted. Because one of the reasons I want to go and say hi to him is
It could easily be that what many
to thank him in person for donating a bicycle to me in my time of need. Norma and I went to St. Petersburg, Bradenton Airport for our honeymoon 1 year. Well, it would have been in 1981. We also went to attend a neuroscience conference that she was involved with. Guy driving in to the Sandwich Volunteers building. They have a gate that is normally locked. Okay, last hike to the top of the golf course loop, and then it's pretty much down until I get to Wend. And then I have to wend my way up again, over the top at Shorncliffe, and then back down Garnet to the bike. I started this from my phone at 9:21. And I haven't pressed pause yet. So 9:21. And the time now is 9:51, so that's 30 minutes already recorded. So I think I'm going to take this for one more kilometer and then...
4. Average heart rate.
Hi.
100. 34. Workout average pace. 7. 36.
Yep. Bodes well for 7:30 pace by the end of it. Because as I say, there's no more hike sections left in this run. 1 kilometer more will take me pretty much out of the golf course. So, half remembered faces. That is what it is. I was exactly on the opposite side of the golf course when I thought that one up. It has taken that much time, that thought wave, to get across.
And he was adjusting the...
Okay. As I begin to cross Derby, back onto the chip.
first, so I didn't have to wait that long.
Hi. I could press pause in a minute and have a good look. Now with my improved vision, I can read a lot of the smaller numbers that I couldn't read before, which is always very exciting. I just heard my phone ping. It's quite likely I crossed somebody's open source Wi-Fi router or within range. You must have a pretty powerful router. But talking of technology, I think if we compare... Okay. So I tripped over a buried tree stump. And it took me almost 3 steps to recover. Let me just pause the recording and have a look, see how many minutes I have. I hasten to add that I'm not injured. So I have 34:16 recorded. So 2 more minutes, which will get me to the net, the protective net that shields the walkers, joggers and runners from the duffers. I don't know if you've ever heard the English expression of twitching and twitchers, but it came up in conversation the other day when I was talking to Norma about birds. Yep, twitchers are bird watchers, and twitching is bird watching. It is slightly derogatory. I think most twitchers would rather be thought of as bird watchers or ornithologists, but the same way as non-golfers call golfers duffers. That is also a slightly derogatory term for a golfer from a non-golfer. And one final example of derogatory nomenclature is the runner jogger thing. So this is Carlos, the running jackal, saying goodbye for early in the week. Bye bye.